Is your radiator leaking? Specifically on a Colorado 2004 or about? I'm gonna show you how to fix it. All right, first what we're gonna do, drain your coolant out. I'll show you how to do it in a second. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna get a cleaning solution like this. It'll say fill with water, put it in. It says it on all the directions. Follow the directions. You don't have to use that one specifically. There's tons of different brands. That way you're starting fresh and no gook is in there. All right, so the bottom of your radiator here, you got your lower hose right here. Usually there's like a spring clamp on there. All you gotta do is clamp it with pliers and move it back. This one's got a hose clamp. You loosen that. And sometimes old hoses, they'll be stuck. So if you just give them a little twist back and forth and pull back at the same time, it'll come off. Or you can get a pick and work your way around inside of there. And just be careful with that if you're gonna reuse your old hoses. I'm gonna replace mine. All right, so while you're down here, you gotta take off these two trans-cooler lines. This little black piece comes off. It just kind of like clips off. Once you get your little plastic caps off, and just put some spray penetrant on there. PB blaster, air coil. All right, after letting that sit for a couple minutes, we're gonna try to work our way into this there's a little spring clip that holds these on. You just get a pick and pick it. So you gotta be careful with these because they'll launch across the room and you ain't gonna find it. The trolls take them. So it just looks like that. Little All right, second one out. They're a pain. Just be very careful with them because they will go to live with your 10 millimeters, okay? So as I'm continuing to look at my clip, it seems a little weak to me. Like, it is 20 years old, so I'm gonna replace it. I'll put the link in the description of where I bought new ones. All right, so now these two bad boys, gotta get them out of there. Just give them a little waggle. But be gentle. And maybe have a pan or something so it doesn't get on your floor and you're gonna slip on it. Because I definitely did that. Wow, this truck's moving a lot. All right, that one don't want to come out. I'm gonna spray it and let it sit a little bit longer while we wait for her to juice. Just want to point out this. Get you here. There you go. So your lower fan shroud here. Now, when I looked up to see if this video existed on the YouTube, I found one video or two videos, I think, and they both did this wrong. One guy took the fan out, took the shroud out. The other guy took the shroud and took it apart in half. You ain't gotta do that. Specifically with this truck. See here? I can't see it. See here? There's a little knob. All you gotta do is move it. And the whole bottom of your shroud here goes up. So the bottom of your shroud is now free. So we get to the point where we gotta take that bad boy out. You just slide it up. You ain't gotta touch the fan. Heat, air cool. It's not really working. So I'm gonna show you a trick. So when I was taking out that transmission line, I moved the tripod and shut my phone off by accident. So it stopped recording. The trick I was trying to show you was you take pliers or vice grips or something. If you're using vice grips, you gotta be easy with it. So you take pliers, you hold it, and you put an adjustable or a wrench in between what you're trying to get away from. You hold your line, and you're basically just prying like that. And you can move it like that. And that's how I got it out. And now we're gonna take off the upper rad hose. You just take off your overflow now. Take off this little clamp. Take that to the side. There's a small AC line on the right side of the rad here. You just pop that little clip off of there. I did forget to mention to take this off or loosen it when you go to drain it. It's much easier, it's much faster. So as soon as you get your tops out, yeah, just gotta move everything out your way. And then it's kind of like Tetris coming out. Now we're going to take off our top bolt here. She's 13. Right here on either side for your T30s, you're going to have to take those out later. So give them a little squirt if she's old. All right, now she just will lift out of her mounts. Just gotta bring it back a little bit. Because there's a cooler attached to the front of this with two 10mm bolts. There's a bolt on each side, just gotta take off. Kind of got to lift it. You kind of got to lift this off the radiator. Oh, that was unpleasant news. Work it out. Okay. Tetris, baby! Your T30, and each side has to come off and be swapped to that new one. So how that works is, see that notch there? You slide the piece down, and then the opposite when you put it on, slide it up, and you just install a bolt there. It goes into the little nut, square nut in the back. Remember when I was all worried about my clips? The brand new one came with clips on my little drum. I was all worried for nothing. So I could have sent them to Narnia. I'm just gonna install both these bad boys. When you put these on, take it easy. It's plastic. For future reference, that tab and that tab are the tabs that your shroud, your fan shroud will sit down into. It's got pins at the bottom. If you like to make your life more difficult, like I do, you can get new hoses while you're doing this. Even though your old hoses are perfectly fine, it is a good opportunity to switch it, because coolant ain't really that cheap. All right, let's play Tetris. So we gotta bring it out and up. Sit it. You'll see. There's clips on the front of the radiator that it has to sit inside. Alright, once your cooler's back on, you just line up your points, your mounts down there. Just wiggle her down into place. You see line goes back down there. Definitely gotta trim that new hose up. Mount back here. Hold up. Forgot about this. Make sure all your pins are in there. Clean these bad boys off with your clip already on your thing. Just push it on. Try to get as much grime off there as you can. Just wait till you hear a snap. Was that already a snap? I think that was already a snap. Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah. Pop your little dust shields back over the transcooler line. Put your bottom hose back on with the clamp. Don't go too tight now. Don't go all crazy. It's plastic. Next day, time to fill up the coolant. I got my nice little funnel here. These are great. If you don't have one, you should get one. All right, this old girl uses Dex Cool, the orange stuff. Had to reconfigure a little bit. It was leaking. Now you start her up. Air bubbles is a good thing. They're getting your air out of your system. You gotta fill this up to the cold line too. You leave it running like that until the thermostat opens and it'll let more air through, and you continue that until you got all the air out of your system. The cool thing about this funnel is I can shut this off and I can put it right back in the container. I forgot to mention, turn your heat on full blast. I got it all burped. If you have one of these funnels, all you have to do is turn the switch to the off position, and you can put it right back in your container with minimal spillage. The last thing you have to do is, with the truck hot, you want to check your transmission fluid levels, because we did lose some. So with it hot, cycle through the gears a couple of times while it's parked, put your foot on the brake, and just check your levels, and if it's low, fill it up. That's all I got. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know. I appreciate you watching. Have a good night.